Hello everybody, I am Little Ninja, and welcome back to another episode of Ninja's Empire. In the last episode we built this storage system, and it's awesome and neat and organized, and right now I want to move the potatoes in the potato farm, which are way over there, off to that side of that building right there, which we also built in the last episode, and I want to bring them underground all the way over here and bring them up through the floor in an item elevator and in a system just like this one, and put them into these chests. And there will be 9 chests here. This is just my access point. But now I have to just write down some coordinates and then dig a big long tunnel going underground from way over there, about 70 or 80 blocks off in that direction, all the way over to here. So this is the potato farm, and the storage is right under that little lean-to, and it has to go all the way over into underneath that pillar that goes up way over there. So it's a pretty long distance, and I think the way I'm going to do it is to use the water on packed ice method, but packed ice requires harvesting, and so I'm going to have to travel off and find a ice spikes biome and take my silk touch pick and gather a whole bunch of packed ice so that I can do this and other similar projects. But I actually have to find one, so what I think I'm going to do is put the seed in on Mine Atlas, so that I don't have to spend hours and hours wandering around trying to find ice spikes biome, because they are pretty rare. And then I'm going to travel there through the nether and then set up a portal, and then we can have easy access whenever we want. It'll be a lot closer and easier that way. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and then I'll bring the ice back here and start work on this ditch. And I put the seed into Mine Atlas, and the closest ice spikes biome is 6,800 blocks off in that direction and about 3,000 blocks up that way. And can you imagine how long that would have taken if I had just walked around this map in survival trying to find it? It would have taken forever. But for those of you who didn't know, if you travel in a block in the nether, it's the equivalent to 8 blocks in the overworld. So we can go 850 blocks off in that direction and 375 in that direction and make another portal, and it should drop us in the middle of the ice spikes biome, which will be much shorter and a much quicker way to get there as well. So I need to go grab my diamond pickaxe and get some obsidian so I can make another portal, and then we'll go into the nether and start digging a big long tunnel. I think I have a problem. I was mining along with a efficiency 3 pickaxe, which is insta-mine on netherrack, and I may have gone about 100 blocks too far in that direction. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, and that is really bad when you're mining through netherrack, because there are pockets of lava that will come out and kill you and burn all your stuff. And of course I had to bring my silk touch pick along to actually do the tunnel. I couldn't have waited until the tunnel was completed and then brought it afterwards. No, I had to bring it along. So hopefully I don't die before I get to the ice, but I guess we'll see how it goes. Are you serious right now? I just broke my efficiency 3 pickaxe. Wasn't paying attention. Again. Now I'm doing this at this speed. And I still have about 300 blocks to go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived. And now, the moment of truth. I have this feeling like I missed a hyphen or something in the coordinates, and we're actually in completely the wrong place, and we've spawned in a cave. That's nice. Well, let's press F3 and see what biome we're in. And yes, it's Ice Plain Spikes. Awesome. Now we have a quick and easy way to get ice. And I just need to dig a staircase to the surface and start collecting.
Day had just dawned over the beautiful but deadly icy landscape as the ninja emerged from his tunnel in the ground. And then he completely lost his tunnel.
And I have no idea where it is. And it's kind of a problem because I have a full inventory, and I mean most of it's netherrack, but there's pickaxes and iron and an anvil and stuff in here. And besides, I'm a pack rat. I like to just keep everything that I mine. So I really want to go take this back home and then come out here with an empty inventory and just collect a completely full inventory of ice. But I can't much go back home without finding my tunnel in the ground first, and it's proving to be really difficult. Or alternatively, I could just dig myself a new tunnel. Yeah, that's actually an option. Amazing, I know. Well, I finally found the portal, and I just wanted to introduce you to the world's most dangerous nether bridge path thing. I don't know if you could call this thing a bridge, but look at this lava lake. It's absolutely enormous, and you know, one wide bridge and lava falling from the ceiling, and big lava lake and gas, and you can sort of let your imagination go free on this one. But yeah, this was fun to build. Well, I mined for quite a while and desecrated a big area of the landscape, and I repaired my pickaxe twice, and then I broke it. But it's not a problem because we have a Silk Touch villager, so we can get all the Silk Touch pickaxes we need. And we got this much ice, and there's a little bit more down in a chest at the bottom of the ladder. But this should be enough that for the next project we need as well. So like we can do the project that we started on, which is to make a potato transferal system, and then if we need ice for some other project, we should have enough for anything else that we might use it for. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab the rest of this and go ahead and head back to base and start work on that ditch at the potato farm. So we're back here at home base, and I've been doing a bit of looking at coordinates and doing some calculations, and if they are correct, we have got to go some 54 blocks off in that direction and 82 blocks off in that direction. So I've got a good little tunnel to dig and a zombie to kill, and I want to go this way because I'm thinking about building some other buildings, and they're going to be up in this area, which means that if they have basements, the tunnel could interfere with them. So I'm actually going to have to build the tunnel going across this cave, which won't look very pretty, but I don't really come over here and you'll never see it. So I'll get right on it and start doing that work as soon as I kill this guy. So I dug the whole tunnel and laid down the ice, and when I got to the end here, I had almost a problem. So this is actually the torch tower for our villager breeder on-off indicator, and the dropper tower goes right here, and it's identical to this one here, and except just taller. But it was so close to that torch tower that it if it had been one block over, the torch tower would have locked the dropper tower, and we would have had to move it and do some janky stuff with hoppers up there. But as it is, it works out just fine. We just have to sort of go around the corner here with the water. And now I'm going to lay down the water source blocks. So like, say a water source block would go here, and then a half slab right here, upside down, so that, no, right side up, so that the items can float underneath it. Well, it wouldn't go here, it would go here, so that this water can come around the corner. Anyway, I'll sort of figure it out as I go, and then show you sort of how it works, or how it looks when I've figured this cornery stuff out. And this works pretty good. So I dug a hole back in, and so when the item comes through here and goes shooting along under there, like this, it doesn't go into the source block, it goes straight into flowing water, which even if the source block was here on the corner, it would still move along, but it would slow it down. And this system is supposed to be fast and efficient. So now I've just got to lay down the rest of the water all along here and around that corner, and then down to the other end of the tunnel, and put a dropper down there to spit out items into the water stream. And I put the rest of the water in, and I put the dropper in here with a little comparator clock there, so that every time there's an item in it, it ticks and pulses and sends them shooting out this way. And that should actually be the system done. I can start sending items over there. Oh wait, I haven't done the dropper tower over there yet. So I need to hook up that dropper tower so it starts feeding into the chests. And then over here, all that's left to do is put a hopper right here, because this hopper here is full of potatoes, and they're just waiting to get sent over there into the storage system. And let me run away from this zombie. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do another little comparator clock over there, and hook up that dropper tower with the hoppers into the storage system, and then put that one last hopper in over there, and that should be our potato transportation complete. And the dropper tower over there is finished, and it should be working, but I need to test it, so I'm going to put this final hopper in, and we should see that we start to pick up all the potatoes. So I'm going to just put some dirt here to keep those from flying out, and now they should go shooting down through there, except that we're still picking them up kind of. There, it's working, marvelous. Now, if that dropper tower works, we should start to see potatoes pouring into the chests over there. Wow, that is speedy. That is really fast, actually. That's amazing. Right. Well, we still have 4 double chests of potatoes that are completely full over there. So I'm going to, what I'm going to do is hook them up into the dropper rather than bringing them all over here manually. And then they will get emptied. And once they're empty, we can take down that little lean-to thing down there. So the lean-to's gone. And these 2 double chests down here, I just broke them. And then I placed them up there and stood here in the piles of potatoes and filled them up. And then this thing will empty over time, and once the bottom chest is empty, we can break it and put another hopper in right here, and then it will empty that chest, and so on, and it'll empty over time until we are, well, there's no more chests here. And this redstone and this hole in the ground will be covered by the terraforming, which is the next thing I want to do. We should have enough of dirt for it, but I have no idea how much this is going to take. I think I'm just going to go ahead and cover over the entire cave in one go, and it's a pretty big area, but I mean it's just fairly flat, so it shouldn't require too much resources or time. Well, that didn't take long at all, and I feel like there's something missing here besides grass. Yeah, I'm not much of a terraformer, as you can probably tell if you look literally anywhere in my base, but we're just gonna have to build a building on top of this because yeah, terraforming is not my thing. But I just have this little bit to do yet, and then that will be that project done. We can move on to the next thing. The next project being a wall. This place is deadly. There's a huge birch forest there where mobs can hide during the day, and there's trees all around, and I cannot tell you how many times when I was covering up that little patch, which looks tiny from up here by the way, that a zombie came up behind me and knocked me into the cave, and then I had to, lost about half my hearts and had to climb back out. But what I want to do is build a sort of, a wall, really just a wall. I'll probably make it out of like stone bricks and spruce logs, sort of stick with the theme, except obviously make it look like a real wall. And it will go around that bay, and then along the river, up through here, probably cut across that piece of land, and then go up and meet up with the side of that building. And then on this corner, come back out and run sort of along the hill there, and then cut across this section and go around that building, and then straight along here and just behind that building all the way over to the ocean. And then we can make a sort of docks over there eventually, just for pretty, making the place look more like a village and so on. But yes, a wall is definitely in order. I mean, we can't have an empire that's completely undefended. But that's a big wall. I have got a lot of stone bricks to craft. So I started laying in the bottom layer of the wall, and I started over at the potato farm, and I'm getting here and I'm realizing just how big this project is going to be. This is more or less the design I'm going for. I'm going to tweak it a little bit yet, maybe put some fence posts in and some stairs there, something like that. But I've used 3.5 stacks of stone so far to do this, and I'm around halfway done. So this is just a lot of stone bricklaying. It's going to take a while. But yeah, I think it's going to look really nice, and then I'll do some sort of medieval looking gates here and there so that we can get out. And then maybe a bigger one here with like a dock or a pier, and eventually a boat or something like that. Just make it look like it's lived in. And by lived in, I mean make it look like it's lived in by people instead of by creepers. This place is crawling, and it doesn't help that I'm building at night, but still. Anyway, I brought the wall the rest of the way around and connected it back there. And the logs I'm putting apart every 10 blocks, but back there's a section where they're 4 blocks apart. I guess it didn't quite work out, and I'm not going to move a big section of the wall just to fix that. So that can be like a little walk-in door back entrance or something. We'll never see it anyway. It's right up against the back side of the potato farm. So now I'm just going back around and adding height to the wall as I go. And then once I'm done with this, I've got to do it one more time and get it up to the full height, and then do the top edge of the wall with like the parts that go over the logs and that sort of thing. So this project is, I mean, it doesn't look like much right now, but it is taking a very long time. You know what a wall doesn't do? Keep spiders out. Yeah. Oh boy. This is a pain. We might have to do like an overhanging ledge or something on the outside of it. And I'm about 3/4 of the way around with the bottom half of the wall, and I'm out of stone bricks. I've used all the smooth stone I have, and I'm currently smelting up a ton of cobblestone, but yeah, these aren't really going to cut it. So I'm going to have to go do a little enchanting session, use some of my diamonds and make a proper, hopefully efficient, if I can get efficiency 5, and then silk touch pickaxe, and do a little bit of strip mining to collect resources to finish this wall. One silk touch book from you, and a mending book from you in case we get one that is good enough to keep forever. And here we are in the nether. And you know how a project, sometimes when you're working on it, it doesn't seem that great, and then you put it in your drawer and come back to it, and it looks really cool? This is one of those. I mean, this is huge, and I just love the way it looks. It's just, yeah, it just fits so well in the nether. Anyway, now we gotta wait for a while and get a bunch of XP, and hopefully get the perfect enchantments. I have, let's see, 4 pickaxes to work with, and I have an Unbreaking 3 pickaxe already from the previous enchanting session, and then I have more diamonds if we need those. Hopefully we won't, though. So I have had like a spoon, not just a spoon moment, more like a spoon 30 minutes. So I was enchanting on this with 12 bookshelves, and for some reason I was thinking that that was like the maximum number, but no, 12 gets you to 24 levels, and I got 2 efficiency 3s, and I got an efficiency 2. Like who does that? That's ridiculous. Anyway, then I went and looked it up on the wiki, and of course it's 15, and so I went back to the overworld, and I was running around the plains for the longest time hunting cows, and I killed like 8 cows and got 1 piece of leather, and then I remembered. We have a villager trading center, and you can buy bookshelves for like 3 emeralds each. So, anyway, now it's fixed, and of course the first enchantment I get is an efficiency 4. But, yeah, I might have to make some more pickaxes, which is a bummer. Oh well. More grinding, I guess. Blah. So on my first enchant, I got an efficiency 4 Unbreaking 3 pickaxe, and then I combined the 2 efficiency 3s I had, and put silk touch on them and mending on the other, and then I combined those 2, and so with the pickaxes that we had, without having to craft extras, we got this amazing pick. It's an Unbreaking 3 efficiency 5, silk touch, and mending. Of course, we ended up with this pick, which is an efficiency 2. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that thing, but I suppose we could craft it up in a crafting bench and re-enchant it or something. Anyway, now I've got to go out and just do a whole ton of mining, branch mining, I guess. Well, I spent about half an hour or 40 minutes mining, and I filled my inventory up completely with stone, and I found something else. You can probably guess what it is. A slime chunk, which means that we can build a slime farm in the future, which is awesome. But now I've got to craft all this up into stone bricks, and it should be enough to finish this wall. At least it better be. So I just finished going the whole way around and adding the extra blocks, and now I'm going back around and making sure that it's at least 3 high on inside and out. Like for example, this on the outside is 3 high, but on the inside it's higher. And then making places like this where there's dirt directly underneath the wall, and taking them away so that the wall is solid the whole way down, so it doesn't look like it's just sitting on dirt like this, for example. And so I've got to go the whole way around and check the wall for those kinds of things. And then like here, it's only 2 high, and yeah, so it's just a little bit of you know, long grindy building work, and then then we can start on the top part of the wall. So that's done. I went around the wall about 3 times, just finishing up little bits and here and there that you'll probably never see, just things that would bug me if I left them alone. And now I'm doing the top part, and I can't quite figure it out. I thought at first that I could do something like this with the stairs on the inside, and then on the outside the upside down stairs, like this, but I can't make it look right with the steps down. And now I'm wondering if it would look better just to find the highest point in the wall, which I think is probably back there, and make the wall that height the whole way around. And I think yeah, that would possibly be the best thing. I might bring it out a little way and see if it gets too high and foreboding, but If it doesn't, that's what I'll do, and then we can do the top just like this and have, you know, stair steps here and then the upside down ones on the outside, and then possibly fence posts on top of these. And that will be the final height of the wall, and I think it's definitely, I mean, it doesn't look too high at all, especially not once more buildings go in here and sort of cover it up, and you'll just see bits and pieces of it between the buildings as you walk around. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it up to that height, going the whole way around here, which is going to use up a ton more bricks. I'm not actually sure if I have enough, and then we can do the top with the stairs the way I had originally wanted to do it. Well, I'm completely out of stone bricks, and I still have this to do from here over around there, all that, all the way over to just behind the corner of that building. And so I'm going to have to go on another considerable mining session, because once I'm done with that, I also need a ton of stone brick stairs to put on top. But that is going to have to wait for later, because we're all out of time today. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.